Hello, welcome to OMAT. Glad you're here. How do you feel? You ever get the feeling like you're not yourself? First of all, great job noticing a feeling. Okay, so don't feel like yourself. Maybe you're asking the questions, why don't I have the energy that I normally have? Why am I feeling irritated? Why can't I do the things that I normally like to do? And the thing is if that could be very, very frustrating, but if we could interrupt that frustration for long enough to get curious to actually answer those questions, because there are answers to those questions. I might not have slept well last night. I might have I'm still bothered by something that somebody said last week. I might need help, maybe from a friend or a therapist. But as I get more curious, I get to know myself and I get into less fights with myself and other people. All right, so let's try it out. Let's get curious about ourselves. Let's have some water. And let's get present. How do you get present? You might just stare right at the screen, thinking like nothing else is happening separately than this. Maybe you want to look all the way around, whatever it is. Let's get to where we know this is what we're doing. We agree, we're willing, and we're going to start with our gratitude. We're looking for gratitude. We're not saying only gratitude exists. We're saying if I had to choose some gratitude, I'm going to try these things out. Let's look for it, see what we find right now. Let's wrap the sentence or thought for now. Wrap the practice for now. The exercise for now. Have some water. And that doesn't mean that we've wrapped it for the rest of the day. It means we're going to shift, and we're practicing shifting right now. Going to shift into the next exercise. That doesn't mean we lost that muscle. It means we're looking to move forward, and we're practicing moving forward. Right now it's meditation. Let's get willing. Let's sit in the comfortable position that we like. Eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And before we start another fight with ourselves about how we could have meditated better or whatever it is, let's just move on. Let's write it down. You want to fight? Fight with your paper. Let's see what comes out, because your paper won't respond. Nothing will happen. You could rip it up afterwards. So let's see what we can write through the fear, through happiness, through joy, through whatever feeling right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding the water. Finding a way to move on from those words. Maybe you didn't fully articulate yourself like you thought because writing is supposed to be this magical, wondrous world. Let's leave. It's fine. That goes over there. Yoga comes now, and what we're doing is we're stretching in any way. I'm going to walk us through a sun salutation, but if you want to do only the first two poses, which is basically reaching up and reaching down on repeat, that's fantastic. Whatever version of that you can do, let's try it out. Here we go. Inhale the arms out and up. Keep reaching up and look up. And when you're ready, fold forward, exhaling. And now with a rounded back, you're hanging over your feet, letting your arms sway if you want. And when you're ready, halfway lift. Flatten the back so it could be parallel to the ground. Head is up and knees are straight. Now let's get into our high plank. Plant your palms down where they are. Step your feet back into a high plank. Feel the strength of your body in this pose before you lower slowly all the way down. Once your whole body is flat on the ground, push the palms, your chest will come up, head is looking up, and we'll meet in down dog. Hips up into an upside down V, however you get there. And maybe hold this for just a second or two, maybe shaking your head no or yes before you walk your feet forward towards your hands. When you get there, start rolling up at your pace. Meet your palms above your head and exhale them down to the center of the chest. Maybe hold it there for a moment. You notice I'm not rushing. A minute has a lot of seconds in it. We notice that when we get into this next exercise of planking. Let's have some water first. Let's feel that water. That's the kind of water we're going to get after we plank. But first, we're making this promise to ourselves that for 1 minute, I'm going to try to plank. I'm going to attempt to plank. I'm going to get in the pose once or twice, whatever it is. Let's know that that's what's happening right now. Agree to it. And we're going on the countdown. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Get up in that plank pose just for now. For now, that's what we're doing. Later, we can think of those other things, do those other things. For now, only plank, and that's 10 seconds. The more you're in this, maybe breathing into this. When you notice that you can breathe while holding this plank, and you did it for 20 seconds, you can feel the power of wanting to be up there and following through, of saying you're going to do it and then doing it. That's 30 seconds. Now, if you did have to come down, good for you. Listen to your body. This shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't hurt you. It might be challenging, but maybe you could do it for 20 more seconds. And if you came down off your plank, take a deep breath and join for any amount of seconds, because you know every second counts up here, and we have 10 seconds left to go. Here's the countdown. How do you want to feel after this? Let's put all the energy into it for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Take the time to come down off the plank, maybe get in one of your stretches that feel good. As you come back, have some water. And give yourself a little bit of time to notice what it feels like. If you didn't do the plank at all, what that feels like, you thought, maybe that's the lazy way of doing it. Sometimes the lazy way of doing it is doing the plank, is doing the thing, because the rest of the day, to have that in your mind, for the entire minute even to have it in your mind, you know the difference. Let's move on. Wherever you were, we're going to break some procrastination right now. If you feel bad that you didn't do the plank, start with a 10-second plank. That'll be part of your procrastination. Hey, we can shake the things up and do what we need. Let's find it. Let's find a small task and do it right now. Let's wrap the task for now. Finding the water and finding a way to move on from whatever decision you just made. It's a tough decision. What do I do for a minute that might help me feel satisfied after? Well, this decision to move on from that thought, that you know you can't get that minute back, so stop trying to scratch the wall at it. Let's watch ourselves move away and go into this next exercise as a practice. Let's look to connect with someone. When we need someone, that's not when we start developing the relationship. We develop it now. We develop it when we have the bandwidth. We develop it when we slept enough. Let's say hello to someone. Let's say we're thinking about them. We're grateful to have them in our lives. Let's look for that connection. And if we can, hit the send button. Let's wrap for now. Finding the water and finding where we are in this connection minute, meaning it could be that I only have the vulnerability to think the thoughts that I want to send to someone. And as I practice them in my mind, I could practice writing them down. Then I can practice sending. But that's my pace. That's what it is. And that's how we get to know ourselves. That's where I am right now. Where you are might be somewhere different. That's fine. Let's go into aerobics. Let's shake it off. Let's move the body that we have been given and move it in ways that we've been given the opportunity to move. Let's exercise our body so we can keep using it. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Move your body. Why? That's what this minute is. Let's use our minutes. We have them for just 1 minute. And at this point, you're in for 10 seconds. How does that feel? To have gotten started, to take on this challenge. Let's find where it goes by continuing to move. That's 20 seconds. Good job. If you haven't started, this is the right time to start. Start right now. Right now also. Whenever you can, and maybe it's 30 seconds in, that's fine. We're more than halfway done, and that's plenty of time. If you can keep moving, if you are not hurting yourself, let's keep it up for 20 seconds. Let's see what our mind and body working together. When the body says, maybe we stop, the mind says, how about one more? And maybe we could do that for 10 more seconds. This is the countdown. Let's finish nice and strong, whatever that means for your body and mind today for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. There it is, the practice, the exercises, the imperfection. Thank you for taking OMAT.